remind me again, how many years is this after the college thing that you did the competition? How many years is that?
2 years. So I did the stand-up competition my junior year, and then I did stand-up the start of my senior year in college. And then so yeah, it was about a year and a half of not having even done stand-up. And
well, here, it's so funny. It's like, this just brings out the thought of me of, first of all, the things that you do that you think are insignificant are, not usually not. Okay. And I love that, God was like, all right, I think he's funny and people need him for more than just funny, probably, so let's get him out there. And it's amazing that the advice, I was going to ask you this later, but this is the perfect point to ask you something now is like, what advice would you give? Like the next generation, I find, because I have kids myself, and I just find that it's like, at least I can talk for my own kids, is sometimes when nothing's happening, it's like, maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe I'm doing the wrong thing, or maybe, but you always get those little bit of winks, those little confirmations that tell you you're in the right, the right place, even if you see nothing, because it doesn't mean, it's the seeds you're planting. Some things are growing underground and you're being watered. So if you could give like a piece of advice, what to do in that time frame when it's like nothing's going on, what would you say to keep yourself going?
Yeah, and a lot of that comes to just having faith in God. And you are right. Like I feel like not only did God open the door for me to do stand-up, he pretty much kicked me through it, because I would have never pursued it ever. Like the fact that I did this one stand-up competition, people all my life kept telling me that I should do stand-up. Like it was a recurring theme of people doing that. And so I would just be looking for that kind of guidance, because once I started doing this, when I went out on this tour, I began to see how like, oh, God has prepared, has been preparing even stories that I tell on stage from when I was a kid. That I still get requested stuff, old bits and stuff that I talked about when I was a kid. These weird things would happen, and then all of a sudden now God's using that to bring comedy, and let other people laugh and enjoy from that. So yeah, that's my advice, is just when it's slow or things aren't going, just have faith that God, knows what he's doing. And he doesn't always have to be running and gunning the whole time. Sometimes we need rest. Sometimes we need to take a break. So